about the different stages in the sales cycle, I'm going to talk about the stages in the sales cycle in this video. Hello everyone, my name is Sakib. I'm a business coach, personal development consultant, and I'm here to help you improve your selling skills. As I said in the beginning, that what are the stages involved in selling process, I'm going to talk about these stages in a little more detail in this video. As you know, if you have watched my previous videos, I always say that selling is a great skill and it's a learnable skill. You, X, Y, Z, anyone can learn how to sell and they can improve their selling skills by practicing the techniques shared by the experts. Here, I have brought a very terrific strategies for you to learn more about what are the stages of sales cycle. In the first stage of the sales cycle, what you do, you ask introductory question and set yourself connected with your customer or a prospect. You do not ask question about the details about your prospect at this stage. You just ask formal greetings, say formal greetings and ask hi to your customer and just general well-being. We call it introductory stage. So you just establish an introduction with your prospect. Now, once you have successfully done, then what comes? The next stage, stage 2. In this stage, what you have to do is you have to ask certain overview questions, right? So, for instance, that you can ask overview question, for example, what's the size of your organization, right? It's just an example. However, you can better craft overview questions based on your prospect, whether it's an individual or a business. Overview questions are aiming to help you develop a generic understanding about your prospect, overall persona, and a need. So you can incorporate these information that the prospect provides at this stage in the future stages, which eventually play a vital role in the success of the sales. So once you have asked an overview question, so now at first stage you did introduction. At second stage, what you did is you just ask overview question. Now you have a generic understanding about your prospect. At stage 3, you ask probing question, or you probe the questions and you develop more deep understanding of your prospect needs. What are these probing questions? The probing question could possibly be about the background of the need that he is trying to solve, the burning pain that he is trying to solve through your service. Probing question could possibly be, for example, why are you opting for this product? What exact solution do you think that you're aiming for? What solution can have an impact on your need? So at stage number 4, when you have established introduction, when you have got general overview of the question, and then you have also asked the probing question, and then you ask few problem questions that what triggers you to develop an interest in this product? What triggers you? What are the triggering factors? And remember that people want to pay for their improvement. So they need improvement about the pain that they're going through, and they pay for improvement. So you must revolve your discussion around it and understand what's their burning pain through problem questions. For example, if you have an inquiry for a training course, and you can ask these probing questions to your customer, that why do you want to opt for this program, and what do you think that this program can add value, and what are your aims associated with these programs, so you now better set yourself in the right stage with your customer. And when you're asking probing question, or you can also add some problem question with this probing question. The problem questions refer to that what types of problem your customer is experiencing at this stage. So when you ask problem questions to your customer, it establishes an emotional connection with your customer. An emotional connection is great and plays pivotal role in the sales. And finally, what happens that when you connect with your customers emotionally, for example, if customer wants to buy this solution in order to improve their income, so you ask problem questions that what exactly strategies do you think can help you to improve your income, or maybe this solution can add great value to your financial life, for instance. And then what you do is you, at this stage, you also, at the next stage, you present your product or service, and you do a detailed presentation of your product or a service, incorporating all the information that you have gathered about your prospect in the earlier stages, right? So when you present at this stage your product or a service, it has more impact than at any other stage, because now you have set the tone, you have established an emotional connection, and now the customer is more fertile. Now the mind of the customer is more fertile to understand what you're trying to say, and then the chances are that you can close the sale is more likely. Remember, selling is a science. It's not just a memorization of a pitch. It involves psychological stages of a human being. It involves psychological process of thinking patterns of the human beings. So you do deep dive into these psychological factors which are involved critically in making the sales successful. I hope this information help you to improve your selling skill. If you like this information, comment below, like it, and tell other people about it. And thank you very much for watching this video.